So now we gotta talk about it, Brian. I know you don't want to talk about it.
Unfortunately.
We've heard a lot about it, but this is impacting our favorite genre, so we have to talk about it. The coronavirus.
Okay.
Yep, the viral sensation that's sweeping the nation.
Unfortunately.
Yep. I'm in Washington State. A lot of cases that are happening is north of me in Seattle and Bellingham, and it's not fun at all. Um, but another epicenter is Los Angeles, in California. So what's happening is it's forcing certain game shows to work around various elements, especially with the studio audiences. And the two big ones we're going to start with is Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy, because they just announced that they will not be taping with studio audiences for the time being. Only essential people there will be allowed to see it in studio, which will mainly be the contestants, host, Vanna, camera people, and staff. I don't know if family members are going to be able to be there as well.
I heard earlier today that they have made a decision that family members will be allowed to watch off camera.
Okay.
Now, the thing with Jeopardy, they only have 5 weeks of taping left for this season. So they're in the tail end of it right now.
Right. And because of the audience and how high it's affected by how older you are, a lot of people are worried about Trebek, and it should be, and we're going to talk about that later. But people should be more worried about 95-year-old Johnny Gilbert.
That's true. Now, as of right now, it's my understanding he only announces 2 shows each day. He does a Thursday and Friday show live. Everything else he does those they overdub him.
Interesting. I wonder who does the studio ones for that day.
Kelly Miyahara. I know this because our friend Chico Alexander was on Jeopardy a few years ago. I mean, he was not too long ago, and he gave us that tidbit the last time we spoke about it.
I would not be surprised if Kelly Miyahara actually becomes the new announcer when Mike Richards takes over.
Right. She was the announcer and the on-screen announcer, both there for Sports Jeopardy. So that might have been a sort of a precursor to that.
Right. Or a postcursor, because Sports Jeopardy was, I think, canceled before Chico taped his episode.
Right.
But still, it's important to know. Now, how does this affect other game shows? Well, let's start with Let's Make a Deal. They've already taped. So it's 25 words or less. They've already taped. And Feud, they've already taped.
So that's not going to affect their season?
No, it might affect them coming in July when they do tapings.
Okay. For
new seasons. But who knows? By that time, this might have all blown over.
They're saying that more than likely it will. Full disclosure, I'm actually going to be going to Trivia Nationals on July 30th in Las Vegas currently, and I asked them if they thought it was a good idea or not. And my buddy Matt Kimberlin said, if it's still a problem 4 months from now, we have a lot bigger fish to fry than Trivia Nationals.
Yep. Okay. Price is Right. They stopped tapings already, not just the coronavirus, but also due to what's happening with Drew personally.
I understand that.
It might be something that they might just call the season done, but they have a couple more special episodes to tape. So they might just tape those 3 and just call it good for the season.
Yeah.
Funny you should ask is interesting, because I know they tape once every 2 weeks, but they tape with a studio audience. I don't know how they're what they're doing. I don't have any inside information on that. Knowing how finicky, though, Byron Allen is, my mind says they're still going to go on with it.
I mean, they can always film it without an audience.
And just have it canned, yeah.
Yeah, and use, well, go the Lily Singh route and just use reaction shots from previous episodes.
Yeah, that show's terrible.
You ain't telling me nothing I don't know.
It's just another one of those examples of YouTube fame not crossing over to TV. It happens, though. You know, somebody who has all this fame online, but you're dealing with different demographics.
Exactly.
Game Show Network shows. They've all taped. But at NATPE, which just happened with their upfronts, all of them got renewed. Plus, we got 2 new ones coming: Masterminds, which starts in April, and People Puzzlers. I'm pretty sure that will be... I don't think they'll tape with a studio audience, though. But more than likely, it will all blow... I'm pretty sure the coronavirus will blow over once Common Knowledge and America Says tape. Catch 21 tapes in Las Vegas at Caesar's parking lot.
So that's what they're doing with the Millionaire Tent.
Yep. It's the home of Catch 21.
All right, then.
And plus, anytime I could bust out my Vince McMahon OSW review thing, Caesar's parking lot, home of Catch 21.
And formerly, who wants to be a millionaire?
Gary Stridham. Wow.
Look at the striation.
Anyway, this is also because of fears around the world. Because MIPCOM, which NATPE is the television selling place for the United States and North America, MIPCOM is for the entire world. And that got canceled because of the coronavirus.
Ooh.
So, I don't know if they're going to rejigger that and reschedule it, or just punt it to next year. But then again, with the statement of TV nowadays, they'll probably just reboot something old.
More than likely. One good thing that is happening, we are seeing that, and also here in America, South by Southwest got canceled because of the virus.
Yep.
E3 is allegedly getting canceled. The city of Tampa apparently is going to have a big meeting Thursday to see if major events in the city are going to go on, WrestleMania being one of them.
Sporting events around the country are there. Yeah, you got the NCAA tournament, but because it's 75% of the NCAA's basketball income, they're going to press on.
Yep, I've heard some calls that they'll try to do the games in empty arenas.
No. They're pressing on with full people. Because,
goodness.
Well, if they put on the places in empty arenas, they don't make any money. And the NCAA makes money off of those ticket sales. A lot of money off those ticket sales. They don't get any money off the gambling. They get the money off the ticket sales.
Right.
So, if the arenas are closed, then they lose all that money. And they're in dire straits. Even for 1 year, they're in dire straits. So they're pressing on. Ohio said, the governor of Ohio said, try to limit stuff, but the Columbus Blue Jackets are in the middle of a playoff push, so they're pressing on. When it comes to the coronavirus thing, it's like, we still don't know all the facts yet, but what we do know is if you just take basic hygiene care of yourself, like wash your hands, like, I know that a lot of places are really selling out of hand sanitizer. Like,
But
you can see them on the
best
black
course of
market for $50 a pop.
yeah, but the best course of action is just to wash your hands. 20 seconds, 30 seconds. I do it, with under warm water with soap. Make sure you get the tips of your fingers. You should be just fine.
Mm-hmm.
And if I can give something real quick, then we'll hopefully move on to something a bit nicer. Hopefully, um, I mean, look, I'll say this: it's a serious thing to think about. We shouldn't be taking this thing lying down. We should take it proactively, which I think is a smart thing. The one thing we should not do in this situation is give in to panic and terror and letting ourselves not live our lives. Because here's the thing: I don't think it's as big a deal, or it's going to be as bad as people are making it out to be. I've seen a lot of data that it's actually that. I mean, I don't want to get it, but it's not going to kill you, immediately if you get it. And most people have mild cases. So I'm thinking it's not going to be super bad, but I get why they want to protect everybody. I mean, it's a double-edged sword. You have to err on the side of caution, even though it probably won't be anything bad. You don't want to take that gamble. I get it.
I think it's also because that it's a really big unknown still. I mean, usually you'd have the CDC talking about it, but we're not getting any information from them. Heck, we're not getting any information at all. But that's a discussion that could be made on a political podcast.
Yes.
Uh, well, that's our coronavirus talk, folks.
Yeah.
Watch John Oliver's segment on it. He shows off a very good Taiwanese, Vietnam, a Vietnamese hand washing video, which is an absolute jam.